Shalom, everybody, and good evening. Thank you for tuning in to a very special, brand new program. As you see this new cover on your screen right now, this is the Israel Report. As I just came back from Israel, and we're seeing things that are happening so quickly. I decided that periodically, as God allow me and give me the time, I want to come to you a little bit in more organized and concise way, um, and give you updates and reports because some of the projects that we're doing right now at Avatami International are literally in the headlines. And today, this morning, actually late last night, we it's morning in Israel. I got the text from our brother Eldad Kainan, and he says, "Wow, look what's happening in Tzfat." Now, the reason this is important, this is absolutely critical, is you go and see some videos today and things that, guess what, they're, they're not available anywhere unless you know how to look at the Israeli sources. So what we're going to do, we're going to kind of decode it together for a few minutes and make sure that we gain a strong understanding. Now, remember, I just got back from Israel literally a few days ago. With the help of the heavens, we were able to put the bomb shelter for the special needs kids. But that was not the end of this. The mayor asked me to go from garden to garden, from kindergarten to kindergarten, pre-K, infants, first grader, second grader, elementary, and says, look at this. This is a ticking time bomb. And today, this ticking time bomb had the first big explosion. One soldier dead, 8 injured, one child is in very serious condition. And I'm coming to you today, friends. I am not kidding. We need your help. You see right now on the screen the link for Sukkot Shalom. Check this out. I want everybody today to understand how serious, how critical. I'm asking everybody also to please, please, please share this broadcast. This is more important than any teaching you're going to receive, anything that you're going to do in that front. This is the essence of Avatami International, what you're about to see today. So we put, with your help, the bomb shelter for the special need kids. Friends, 300 meters from there. Today, heavy rockets were hitting. You're going to see what it's looked like for 15 seconds. 15 seconds. That's all what they have. 15 seconds to get the kids there. We're in the business of saving lives, and you are helping to save a life today. When I finished in this project after the big ceremony with the mayor, you watch this video already. I hope everybody watched and was touched. And the mayor says to me, this is just the beginning. It's about to get a lot worse. And the problem, I want to explain to you how politics work. So you have the area that is basically gaining the support of the government. And Tzfat is zero point 0.7 miles south of this area. Are you hearing what I'm telling you? 0 0.7 miles south. And because of that, they don't get the funding that others are getting. It's the reality. So you have a population of 40% children that have nowhere to hide, nowhere to go. Let me show you what it's look like when rockets hit. This, friends, is not some movie. It's not Hollywood. It's reality. And I want you to see that today. This is happening today, at this morning in Israel, in Tzfat, where you help us to put the bomb shelter. Check this out.
נפלה ממש לידינו פה. 300 מטר מאיתנו, נפילה.
Are you hearing that, friends? 300 meters from us, a fall. You see how quick it is? That's how much time there was. Now, the mayor took me to this area of 7 kindergartens and says, please help us. And I said, we'll do what we can. We don't have the funds. The cost is significant. And I'm coming to you today and I'm telling you, you want Torah? This is the essence of Torah. Let's check out some of those headlines. Look what happened today. Let's read together. Sergeant Amar Sarah Banjo was killed. And by the way, all of this is in Hebrew. I have translated this to you to English. By a rocket in Tzfat. Her mother. I can't believe it happened to me too. The Iron Dome did not intercept the rockets. And the sergeant, 20-year-old, was killed on the way to the Northern Command base. Let's stop there and talk for a second. What happened today? Hassan Nasrallah and his friends fired at 2 targets today. They tried to take out civilians and they tried to take military base. Friends, they are 0.7 miles away from the area that get the support. And that's why this has happened today. And we, Avatami International, are in the right game. We are in constant contact, even today, with the government, with the municipalities. Friends, politics slowing this thing down, and they don't have any protection. And I'm talking about little children. And now we have an opportunity because there are 7 schools who are all looking down to a cliff. Are you hearing what I'm telling you? To a cliff. So if a rocket, chas v'chalila, hit anywhere next to this cliff, and there are children in there, even if there's no direct hit, do you know what's going to happen to the kids? It's going to be like a Holocaust. And I don't want that to happen. And I know you do not want that to happen. Friends, what's happening today? The word on the street is today that they are raged. They are enraged, the parents, and they said, where is the government? You have to understand the government cannot do anything right now. Their hands are full. Let's go back to the article. Let's read a little bit more together. The Iron Dome did not intercepted it. 8 soldiers were wounded, including 1 reservist, seriously. Waves of attack by the IDF in Lebanon against the target in this area in the southern border. The chief of staff in northern border say to think about the readiness of war and the task since the beginning of the war. So far, friends, let me give you some statistics. 169 people. Are you hearing what right now? 100 have been harmed. And right now we're calling upon everybody and say, hey, we got to operate here. We got to do something. Don't wait on the government because the government is not going to help us. Let's go to the next page. Look at this headline today. Check this out. Killed today, 1 soldier killed and 8 were injured in the barrage of the Tzfat area. IDF rockets were also launched in the base on the north. This is exactly where we went. At least 10 rockets were launched into the city which would build in this, which is on the building in the city. The director general informed that the victim were found in the scans. One is wounded in a serious condition. Arab network missile firing the Air Force Base in Meron, Mount Meron. Friends, please understand what I am explaining to you right now. They are firing at civilians, and mostly it's a children population. Now, today, the parents went in rage, just in rage. There is an outcry. I want to call tomorrow to the mayor and tell them Ahavat Ami is in play. We are going to secure the kids. We're going to take care of it. But in order to do that, we're looking at least $50,000. We need to have a jump start. And today I'm saddened that not more people are here right now, because this is the essence of what is happening right now. Look at these headlines with me together. Should be a reality check for all of us. In rage in Tzfat. This is how children were forced to defend themselves during the attack. The heavy shooting this morning in the Northern Command Base exposed the city lack of preparation for war. He called the resident. Are you listening to this, friends? He calls the resident frightened, frustrated. There were 4.5 months to prepare. The city president, Eli, was furious. Shira will not send her daughter to kindergarten when there is no shelter. All that remains is to pray that the missile doesn't fall. The municipalities blame the government. Decisions were not implemented. Brothers and sisters, understand this. Government can take you only that far. But right now they need help. And that's why I'm coming to you today in this very special report. And I'm asking you, help us at Ahavat Ami to get this moving. When I told you there are 25 of those, each one was $30,000 shelters that are needed, I wasn't joking. I wish we were wrong, but look what's happened today. People are dead, people are injured. And now the citizens are upset. Remember, Tzfat is one of the 4 most important cities in Israel, and perhaps one of the most religious cities in Israel, if not the most religious city. I want you to look at this video today now so that you understand what is the reality. And then I want you to go to Sukkot Shalom and please donate, spread this video. We don't have any major backer. If we had, I would have given hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. There's nothing more critical than saving life. Nothing. And today we have an opportunity to do it. Let's look. I'm going to pause the video a couple of times and translate this to you. So did you see the reality? Let's start with the head of the hospital, the professor that ran the entire hospital. Check this out.
בוקר טוב, נקווה לבוקר יותר טוב. הגיעו למרכז הרפואי זיו 8 פצועים, סך הכל במצב קל, בינוני, לא נשקפת סכנת חיים. פצוע אחד, אחרי שעשינו את הבדיקות כאן, מתברר שיש לו פגיעת ראש, מרסיסים שחדרו לתוך הגולגולת.
Stop there. Here's what he's saying. He said 8 people, this is the head of the hospital, 8 people came in medium injury. 1 person come with a critical injuries. And again, none of this is direct hit. Imagine what would happen if there is direct hit. it's heat, and the debris from the rockets go all over the place, and it hit a person's head and also his stomach, which is in critical condition. Continue the video.
הולכים כרגע לפנות מוסק יחד עם הצבא לבית חולים עם נוירוכירורגיה. שאר הפצועים, כפי שציינתי, פצעי רסיסים בגפיים, בבטן. כרגע אף פצוע לא זקוק לחדר הניתוח. נמשיך לעקוב אחריהם ובהתאם נעדכן אם יהיה צורך.
פרופסור, אתם נערכתם לתרחיש כזה כאן במרכז הרפואי זיו?
אנחנו מ-10 לאוקטובר ערוכים לימי הקרב בצפון. עד כה טיפלנו בקרוב ל-170 פצועים שקשורים לירי, לנ"ט, לכל האתגר מול חיזבאללה.
Stop there. They asked him the question, are you ready to take more injured people as we progress? He says, look, we're going to do our very best. So far, he said, we have taken care of 170 people from just the Hezbollah alone. I want you to understand this. And no direct hits, no when there is direct hits, friends. Continue on.
הדברים נמצאים בתרגולות שלנו, הצוות שלנו מוכן, ערוך, גם הגיב בבוקר למרות האזעקות ונתן את המענה הדרוש.
יש פערי מיגון בתוך בית החולים, אני יודע שחלק מהמטופלים הוצאתם למקומות אחרים כדי לפנות יותר מקום.
מיגון בית החולים יכול לתת את המענה הדרוש לפצועים, לאזרחים, לחיילים. זה התפקיד שלנו, אחרי המלחמה איפה שצריך לשפר, נשפר. כרגע אנחנו ערוכים ומוכנים גם למטופלים, לחולים, למשפחות, לצוות וכל מי שיזדקק לנו.
בוקר טוב, בוקר קשה על העיר.
He's saying here, this is very important, he's saying here, we are ready for any case, even to a war. Are you hearing the type of language? We are preparing for our war. Brothers and sisters, I release to you an important book. You see it on the screen right now. The Fall of Edom. Please, please read it. Digest it. We are on a time ticker for the next war, which is going to be the final episode. It is coming and it is imminent. Please listen to what I'm telling you right now. We are preparing to a war. Today was a war day in the north. And more than likely, it's just the beginning. We got to get ourselves ready, not just spiritually, but also physically. It's biblical. And what we've seen and hearing from the professor here, hey, we're getting ready to take many, many, many more people. Imagine what it will look like in a population. This is all children when there are direct hits. Imagine, you have 40, 50,000, some say 100,000 rockets. Look at the damage from 9. Imagine what's going to happen when there is 100, 200, 300 a day. Can you imagine? Friends, I'm putting on for you today a challenge. This evening is a challenge evening. Sukkot Shalom. I want everybody to go tonight. Tonight. I put this report for you so you understand the reality. This is the work. And this is where you help us to put the bomb shelter this last week, 2 weeks ago. What a miracle it is. And now I went to see all the schools. And they're asking us to help them. Please, let's do it together. Let's go to hear a little bit from the mayor. Remember, I was with the mayor last week. Shuki Ohana is the mayor of Tzfat. And of course, they brought him on the mainstream news to ask him what's going on in the city. Why the city is in such a bad shape. I want you to hear what he said. Again, he is a good friend to Avatami International, to us, and we behind him 100%. And I sense in the wording great distress from what he's saying. Check this out.
בוקר טוב, בוקר קשה על העיר צפת, אירוע חריג, חציית גבולות בהסלמה בעיר, במטחים.
He already started saying, very difficult morning for us in Tzfat. This is the warning that the borders have crossed. He says the war is entering a new phase. Are you hearing him? This is the same guy that was with me and with Alex last week. Please be sensitive to this. He told us, go and listen to the video we have done. He told us this is coming. And he said, my hands are tied. He knew that. Because of politics. Please, let's bypass the politicians. Let's bypass. Maybe somebody watching today have 10, 20, 30, 50, 100,000. Let's get it done. Let's just do it before a catastrophe hit. Let's continue to listen to him.
שהגיעו גם על העיר וגם על הבסיסים הסמוכים, ובעצם זה עליית מדרגה בהסלמה.
זה לא פעם ראשונה.
אכן כן, זה לא פעם ראשונה, אבל היום זה אירוע חריג מאוד, שהרבה יותר חמור וקשה.
איזה אחוז מהעיר ממוגנת, שוקי?
אחוזים גבוהים לא ממוגנים, וכאן אני פונה לממשלת ישראל להגיע לעיר צפת.
He's saying, this has crossed the line. We have been a depressed city because they always get the rockets. And they ask him, what percent of the city is protected right now? And he says, very low percentage. They don't have shelters. They don't have bomb shelters. Can you imagine? What? And again, ultra-Orthodox families of 5, 6, 7, 8 kids. Imagine what the parents are going through right now. The parents who have to go to work, what do they do with the children? What a shocking thing is this for them. It's a difficult thing. And now he's about to address and call upon the government of Israel. Let's hear what he has to say.
לתת פתרונות. האירוע של 7 לאוקטובר כבר הרבה זמן, וידענו שיש פה כיוון של הסלמה בצפון. צריך להגיע לעיר צפת, לתת פתרונות לעיר צפת. ילדי צפת לא שונים מילדים אחרים ביישובים אחרים, ותושבי צפת לא שונים. צריך לתת את הפתרונות.
He says the government of Israel have to give a solution to the city of Tzfat. And he says our children are not any different. They're not any different than other children. And why are we making our children to be different? And he's calling upon it. He says it's truly a case of injustice that we do not get the resources to be able to do that. And you should understand it. It's an issue, serious issue of having lack of resources because of politicians right now. Okay? And that's why he called upon us and he reached to me and he says to us, come and now work with us, help us, please. There's really nowhere to go. Check this out. He's addressing the government of Israel.
לא יכול להיות שהעיר צפת לא נכנסה לתוכנית חיזוק הצפון, בגלל איזה הפרש של 2 קילומטר.
העיר לא מפונה, ולכן הילדים בבתי הספר, בגנים.
נכון, העיר לא מפונה, והילדים בבתי הספר, וצריך לתת את המענה. אנחנו משתדלים עד כמה שאפשר ליצור שגרת חירום, שבאמת יגיעו לבתי הספר ויתנו מענה.
They ask him, why is the city not evacuated? And he says, it's because we have no resources. Therefore, the kids have to go to school. The parents have to go to work. Just the reality is just chaotic. And he says, we have to give an answer to this. The government have to give an answer, and there's no answer to that. So he said, we are living every day in a constant risk and in a constant terror. Are you hearing what I'm telling you? Friends, this is where we just were. Right last week, we were there. I want you to understand how real and how important the work is, your donations. We are right there in the middle of the lion den. We're asking upon you today to really respond. Go to this. There is a link in the chat. Sukkot Shalom. And tomorrow I want to call Shuki. And I tell him, we are behind this 1,000,000%. Let's cut the politics. But we need supernatural resources to come our way. Please help us. Check this out. Continue.
אבל אנחנו נשקול את המשך דרכנו אם לא תהיה פתרון לנושא המיגון. הממשלה, ראש הממשלה, שר הביטחון, שר הפנים, צריכים לתת מענה לעיר צפת.
Stop. He says, the prime minister, defense minister, interior minister, they have to remember that we are citizens of Israel. And they have to give the answer. He does not have a solution. And believe me when I tell you, the Knesset does not have the solution either. There's no major solution here. There's no like a magic hat to pull out of the bag. He's about to talk about exactly this. The special ed, the first grader, the kindergartners. He's about to address that specifically. Check this out.
צריכים לתת מענה לעיר צפת.
בעצם למה אתם כן ערוכים?
אנחנו ערוכים לכל תרחיש אפשרי, אבל היה לנו זמן יקר, שיפצנו מקלטים, טיפלנו במה שאפשר, אבל יש עדיין מוסדות חינוך שאין, גנים בעיקר ומעונות בעיקר, וצריכים לתת שם את המענה.
Stop there. He says, look, they asked him, so what have you done since October 7th? And he said, hey, we have done everything we could to prepare for this war. But, he says, kindergartens are unprotected. They are caravans. They are temporary. You cannot put a bomb shelter there unless it's an external one. Each one is $30,000, $40,000. You hearing what I'm telling you? It's unbelievable. We put one with your help. And he says, we have done everything we could. But we have all elementary, do not have anything. It's incredible, the risk that we're playing right now with the citizen of Israel. And as Israeli citizen, I'm coming to you, the nations, and telling you, let's put our money where our lips are and get this done now. It's going to get worse. Read the fall of Edom. I'm begging you. We got to do it now. Hashem is watching us. Let's continue.
וצריכים לתת שם את המענה.
תן קריאה לתושבים.
התושבים שימשיכו להישמע להנחיות, התושבים העיקריים, וההנחיות האלה של פיקוד העורף שלנו מצילות חיים, וההנחיות חשובות מאוד.
Here we go. He says, listen to what I'm telling you. We're going to save life, but we cannot do it without those shelters. We got to call him. I got to call him. I got to see what we can do. We have to do it. There is no choice, friends. Tonight, everybody who's watching, please give a donation. Link is on your screen. Sukkot Shalom. 100, not 100, 200%. Go toward this. Let's make this a reality together. Let's look at a few of those headlines of what happened today. I want you to see some of this reality. Check this out. Enraged in Tzfat. This is how children were forced to defend themselves. The heavy shooting this morning at the Northern Command Base exposed the city's lack of preparation for war. Big surprise. We said that. And they caught the resident frightened and frustrated. There were 4.5 months to prepare. The city says. Let's go to the next one. We already read that one. Let's go to check this out. Please remove me from the thing so everybody can see the way. Here you go. Look at this. The anger of the residents could be felt in the WhatsApp groups and social networks that were flooded by messages, videos, and photos. By the way, this picture that you're seeing on the screen is the exact kindergarten that they ask us to do now next. 35 kiddos. It's the gardens coming together, and it's all. I want you to look at me for a second. Imagine having kindergartens in a row, and here you have a cliff. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. K1, K2, pre-K, elementary, and so forth. What do you think would happen if the rocket would hit? What do you think will happen if the rocket would hit? If the rocket would hit, all of them will collapse straight. So what we need to do, we're bringing a structural engineer now to look at where we can actually put the bomb shelter. Okay? And that's why I'm coming to you today and I'm asking you, guys, this is showtime. I don't care if you're Messianic, Christian, Orthodox. כל עם ישראל ערבים זה לזה. All of Israel is accountable to one another. We got to do it together. We don't have the resources to do it alone. Let's continue to read. Look at this. For example, children who stayed in a shelter flooded with water, and the Ari school resident to remain outside a log shelter during the alarm in the Menachem Begin neighborhood. And shelters is a deplorable condition in the another neighborhood. I don't know what it's called, adjacent to the Northern Command. It's a small town, friends. It's right there. It's compact. It's like a ghetto because it's all ultra-Orthodox. They're all together. They live together. Look at this. Look at this picture one more time. Children go and they recite the psalm and they say Shema Israel. Look at this. Why weren't dozens of shields purchased? And why weren't the shelters opened, properly prepared? Someone underestimates our security and thinks that blaming the government is the solution. Leaders should also do not just talk. And he is not the only one who is furious with the situation. Quite a few parents do not send children to educational setting due to the lack of shelters. Wow! Now kids are not even going to schools. Shira, a resident of the city, decided not to send the daughter to the kindergarten because there is no protected space. Thus is the ones we are putting together. You see how important it is? Look at this. And the place is near the Northern Command, one of the most strategic places for Hezbollah. How lovely. It's already crazy. 4 months that the girl is without a framework due to the lack of shelters. I choose not to endanger my daughter, and I will not send her to the kindergarten. It is very frustrating. If there is an alarm, there is simply nothing to do but pray that the missile does not fall there. You hear it? If there's an alarm, all what we can do is pray. Oh my goodness. The situation is sad and is worrying, she said. Incredible. Incredible. What an amazing thing for us to look. Look at the next slide. Quickly, we are running out of time. Even in the garden of the son of Avichai, a resident of the city, there is no protected area from the October 7. We press for them to bring the shield, or we would move. It didn't happen when the Northern Command fell a few weeks ago. It escalated, and the kindergarten teacher demanded from the municipality to place a shield. They pulled us, and we haven't received any response to this day. At first, the parent did not send the children to the kindergarten, but they realized that the situation continued and there is no choice. After what happened today, the parents do not intend to return their children. The situation is sad and bizarre. He said, the situation is not different from any other education, special education. Without Ganit Goen said that, excuse me, I was reading the wrong line. She gave this explanation and said they are forced to study in a building without protective space. Every time there's an alarm, the children move to the corridors. My son does not speak. I cannot explain how he feels. He gets stressed. My son gets stressed. Are you hearing this? And also the other children, she says, if I don't come to work and stay at home, who will pay my mortgage? Why do I have to put my son at risk? I have to live in an hourglass. It is a shame that this is the case. I don't know if I have one more slide for everybody. Here we go. Check this out. A fighter and the father of a 7-month-old baby are seriously injured in the barrage in Tzfat. Let me recap to you what's happening right now so that everybody understands. We are in a war. I don't have any other way to put it. We are in a war. And a war, as I explained in the fall of Edom, that we will not be able to stop until coming of Mashiach. From this point forward, it's going to be war after war, conflict after conflict, strife after strife, until the coming of Mashiach. Amalek has a reason. It started with Hamas. Now we continue with the Hezbollah. And we will fight, and Mashiach will fight with us. But before we can truly overcome it, we truly need to, number one, commit ourselves to Hashem. I got to stress that. Without Hashem, without Mashiach, there's not going to be a victory. Spirit of Mashiach is this big balagan over the kindergartens. This weekend, you'll be able to see them. Guess what? When I was in Israel, they took me there and they said, this is our top concern, this area, full of caravans on a cliff. And now I'm coming to you. You see the work we have done in Tzfat. We have to continue fast. The key is fast. We have a big target. Raise another $50,000 immediately. Asking everybody today to, number one, pray for us. Number two, pray for them, because they're dealing right now with things you cannot imagine. Number three, support it. Number four, spread the word. I know there are a lot of people who want to do good for Israel, and they give now money to general causes. This is not a general cause. This is a project that saves life immediately. And if those kids are not at school, it means the parents are at work. And if you understand already the poverty there, how poor they are, you will understand how much they need to go to work. They have to go to work. It's one of the poorest cities in Israel, made out of mostly ultra-Orthodox Jews. So for me, I just, again, got back. You can see the distress of the mayor. He wasn't acting, wasn't a show. When we put the special need shelter, go back and listen to the interview. He warned that it's coming to his city. And he says, please help us quickly. So we're working as quick as possible. And we're asking upon you, the saints, the community, the body of believers, the Commonwealth House of Israel, our brothers, sisters, to be part of this. The reports that have been translated into English, I know the English wasn't perfect, but I think you can get the feeling into the spirit of those things. Please make sure You also read The Fall of Edom, friends. It's worth the $29. It really does, for you to understand this eschatology and how it's fit and where is the United States and where is everything. It's on your screen right now. The Fall of Edom. It's a must book. And thank you for taking the time this evening to listen to reality, to the truth, to the facts. And now that you know them, my challenge to you is, what are you going to do about it? Will you fight with us? I pray that you will. Mashiach, Jew and Gentile together, fighting. This is what we need more than anything else now. God bless you. Sukkot Shalom is the place to go. One more time. This is the link. I'm counting on you guys. I'm making a call in faith to the mayor tomorrow. We need your support to make it a reality. We're going to do it in faith. Okay? Thanks, everybody. Check out this last final video and wish you all shalom. Be with us this Shabbat. I will show you all those kindergartens so that you will be able to see, understand, believe, and act. Thank you. And Shabbat shalom in advance to everybody. Shalom to everybody. My name is Dr. Itzhak Shapira, and I would like to tell you about my brand new book, The Fall of Edom. I'm here in Israel, and I spent this major time speaking with the soldiers extensively. Here's what one of the soldiers told me just today. He said, "You don't understand. We sense that God and the Mashiach are fighting with us. Grenades blowing up roll before us and they don't explode. Rockets that miss us by an inch. Signs, wonders, and miracles. What if the book of Ovadia and God fighting with Israel is being fulfilled already right now? I invite you to go with me through an epic journey through the fall of Edom. And like it's now in Israel raining upon us, you should know that the rain from heaven is coming. The Lord is coming soon, and you should understand the signs, wonders, and miracles that are happening right now here in the land. Get the book. You'll thank me later. God bless you from Israel. Shalom.